Good evening, dear listeners. This is the longest late-night broadcast in the history of Saigon radio, coming to you live from a tiny attic on the third floor of Nguyen Tien Thuc Street. The midnight breeze slips through the cracked window, carrying the smoky sweetness of grilled rice paper and the distant echo of a karaoke speaker still crooning, "I'm going back to the Mekong Delta." Tonight we will not merely circle the globe once, we will orbit it 3 full times. We will stroll the neon sidewalks of District 1 at 10 o'clock at night, watch sunrise paint Mount Fuji rose gold, shiver in the frostbitten square of Magdeburg in the year 1654, and stand inside a laboratory in Dalat where the temperature reads a bone-chilling -269 degrees Celsius. All of this, just to answer the question you whisper to your mother every evening: do I belong in the city or in the countryside? Let us begin with the scent that wakes every Saigon soul: iced milk coffee steaming inside a thick glass tumbler set on a red plastic table at Ko Ba's stall on Nguyen Hue Walking Street. A Honda Wave Alpha revs its engine like a restless dragon. A girl's laughter spills from her phone in bright little hee-hee bursts. Ice cubes clink against glass with a cheerful clack-clack. Cigarette smoke from a fine long pack curls around the heavy perfume of milk flowers in full bloom. Your heart thuds so loudly you swear the whole boulevard can hear it. That is Saigon at 18, a 15 square meter rented room on the 4th floor. Push open the window and the city glitters below like a galaxy spilled across the earth. You sprawl in a hammock, earphones blasting, stranger, oh stranger, dreaming of a house with a street front gate and a life of endless rooftop parties. 15 years slip by like cream swirling into coffee. The same you, now older, sits on a rattan chair in a coffee garden on the outskirts of Siu Kai at exactly 15 minutes past 5 in the morning. The first rooster crows from the village edge. Giant banyan leaves rustle overhead. The red basalt soil still steams from last night's rain. You cradle a cup of hot artichoke tea. Your fingertips brush 3 young bougainvillea saplings you planted yesterday, their crimson petals sparkle with dew. You smile and wonder aloud, when did I change? No one answers except a flock of sparrows applauding with their wings. The change arrived as softly as a single coffee drop sliding down the inside of a glass, yet it colored your entire world. When we are young we need laughter to prove we are alive. When we are older we need the hush of falling leaves to remind us we still breathe. No choice is right, no choice is wrong, the heart simply asks for a new sky. A physicist would say you cannot know both the exact position and the exact speed of an electron at the same instant. You must choose, today measure where it is, tomorrow measure how fast it moves. Life is the same. Today you choose the city, tomorrow you choose the garden. Both are home, they merely speak in different voices, one of engines, one of wind. Now climb aboard my time train. We roll backward 2,300 years to a sun-drenched marble street in Athens. Golden afternoon light crowns the silver hair of the philosopher Aristotle. His white cloak flutters like a sail. Students cluster around him the way birds circle a lighthouse. He lifts one finger toward the endless blue and declares, nature abhors a vacuum. Those 4 words echo through 20 centuries like bronze bells inside the Parthenon. He explains, seal one end of a reed, suck the air out, and water gushes upward with a delighted glug glug. Release the seal and air rushes back in with a whoosh, because the universe refuses to tolerate emptiness. Picture 10-year-old Alexis from Corinth, barefoot beside a mountain spring, cheeks puffed, eyes wide as saucers when the water splashes his face. That single childhood experiment convinced generations. Yet only a few hundred kilometers away, on a black volcanic rock above the wine-dark Aegean Sea, another thinker sits alone. Democritus strokes his beard and chuckles, no, the cosmos is trillions of tiny atoms dancing in a boundless void. He imagines invisible specks colliding, spinning, weaving clouds, oceans, stars. Without microscopes or pumps, his vision sounded like bedtime poetry, and the crowd laughed at the old dreamer. People trust what their eyes can see far more than what their hearts must imagine. The argument seemed settled until the morning of October 10, 1643, inside a dusty lens workshop in Florence. Mercury drips, plop plop, into a copper basin, each drop a gunshot announcing revolution. Evangelista Torricelli, 35 years old, disciple of Galileo, stands trembling beside an oak table. He fills a 1-liter glass tube with liquid mercury heavy as molten silver, clamps his thumb over the open end, heart racing. Then he inverts the tube into a dish. Mercury pours downward and halts at exactly 76 centimeters. Above it shimmers a perfect emptiness, no air, no vapor, nothing. With shaking handwriting he records, "We have manufactured a vacuum." Word races through cobblestone alleys. Crowds gather in the piazza whispering, "Can nothingness truly exist?" Old professors wag their beards, "Impossible. That space is filled with invisible ether." They cling to Aristotle. 5 years later, 25-year-old mathematician Blaise Pascal hauls a mercury tube up the rugged Puy de Dôme, a mountain 1,465 meters tall. Wind screams past his ears. Clouds drift at chest height. His breath freezes into silver mist. At the base the mercury column stands 76 centimeters tall. At the summit it shrinks to 68. Pascal stands among pine trees, cheeks whipped raw, grinning into the blizzard. Air pressure falls with altitude, the void is real. Golden pine needles rain around him like confetti. In 1654 the city square of Magdeburg turns into a theater of wonder. Winter bites the air, every exhale becomes a white ghost. Mayor Otto von Guericke, 52 years old, assembles 2 bronze hemispheres, each half a meter wide. 16 mighty horses, 8 on each side, snort steam and pour the cobblestones, clop clop. Valves hiss. Pumps whine. Air vanishes. Pull. Ropes groan. Hoops skid. Froth flies from equine mouths. The hemispheres refuse to part. The crowd gasps, hugs, weeps. A single valve clicks open, pst, air floods back, and the hemispheres fall apart with a metallic clang. Thunderous applause shakes the frost from rooftops while children leap like fireworks. Across the English Channel, 33-year-old Robert Boyle seals a tiny brass bell inside a giant glass dome. He pumps slowly. At first the bell sings, ding ding, bright as a mother's dinner call. Gradually the song fades to a whisper, then to silence. Only the clapper still trembles. Boyle writes, "Sound needs air to travel." The silence inside that dome feels heavier than any storm. 2 centuries later, in 1887, Cleveland, Ohio, hosts the most delicate experiment ever built. Albert Michelson and Edward Morley split a beam of light, send it racing along perpendicular arms, spin mirrors faster than hummingbird wings. They hunt for the ether wind that should nudge the interference fringes by 1,000th of a hair's width. Night after night the needles refuse to twitch. Michelson buries his face in his hands. Where did we go wrong? 18 years afterward, in a quiet patent office in Bern, 26-year-old Albert Einstein sips coffee and smiles. We do not need ether. The speed of light is the same for everyone. Relativity is born, ether dissolves like morning mist. Fast forward to this very noon, the 6th of November, 2025. At Jefferson Lab in Virginia, a cathedral-sized chamber holds only 1 molecule for every trillion cubic centimeters, chilled to minus 270 degrees Celsius. A green laser fires. Detectors click, tick-tick, as electron-positron pairs pop out of pure nothingness, exactly as quantum field theory predicted in 1928. 3 days ago the University of Chicago released slow-motion footage filmed at 1 million frames per second, 8 superconducting qubits glowing like captive stardust, catching vacuum fluctuations between 5 and 8 gigahertz, each sparkle a miniature Big Bang. In Dalat, Vietnam, a soft-walled chamber reaches 1,000th of a trillionth of atmospheric pressure. Engineers coat lithium-sulfur batteries with graphene 1 atom thick, promising 1,500 recharge cycles. A young technician shivers, hearing the pump scream gives me goosebumps. We are standing where air itself is forbidden, yet we are building tomorrow. 2 days ago the James Webb Space Telescope photographed a galaxy cluster 13.2 billion light-years away. For 0.3 of a second a supercold void flashed, leaving fingerprints of quark glue on plasma, the stuff that existed 1/1,000,000th of a second after the universe's birth. And right now, at 3 o'clock tomorrow morning, the Large Hadron Collider beneath the Swiss countryside will roar to 14 tera-electron volts. Open the live stream and you will hear a gentle boom, the quantum vacuum giving birth to a brand new Higgs boson. Now return to this moment. You sit in your living room, cradling a warm cup of tea. You think the space around you is filled with ordinary air. Think again. 400 trillion neutrinos pierce your body every second. 10,000 cosmic ray photons kiss your retinas. Billions upon billions of virtual particle pairs wink in and out of existence inside every cubic centimeter of empty space. The quantum vacuum whispers in your ear, silence is never empty. Noise is never full. Your life is the same. Whether you choose skyscrapers or vegetable patches, the universe boils inside you. Set the cup down. Inhale slowly. You just swallowed 10 sextillion air molecules and an uncountable swarm of fleeting particles that lived 1/1000th of a second before vanishing. Welcome to the real cosmos, where emptiness is forever forbidden. This late-night broadcast ends here. Meet me again at 3 o'clock tomorrow morning when the whole world will listen to the vacuum sing. I wish you a night overflowing with virtual particles and a dawn that knows exactly what your heart desires. Good night, Saigon. Good night, universe.